What is up, guys? Welcome back to another best of three for the playoffs in the Soulstorm World Championship 2024. I'm again your host, Dossie Minister, and I'm going through the last best of three series from my part of round one in the winners bracket. That game is going to be AlixUK versus Romresis. And right now I have spoiler filter on, but I'm going to remove that because I will talk about Master Yoba and Tanya Filia very, very soon in 3, 2, 1, bam. So Master Yoba, he won against Tanya Filia. It was pretty convincing, 2-0. Sadly, it wasn't that close. Master Yoba was very, very dominant, felt like he was super, super confident, just like watching Bloody Monster against Redick. It wasn't really close. Tanya Filia, though, I feel like he can do some stuff for sure in this tournament. I don't think he's completely out of it. But yeah, he definitely struggled against Master Yoba. And Master Yoba, therefore, moves on to the quarterfinals. And he's going to meet the winner of this one over here. So that's going to be AlixUK versus Romresis. This one will be very, very tight. I have a feeling AlixUK got second in Group A and Romresis got third in Group B, so this will actually be very, very tight. This will also answer some few questions. Is Romresis actually a little out of his prime? Well, he definitely is, but how much is he? And maybe AlixUK can actually upset him. I think Romresis, at least historically, is known to be a player that just has AlixUK's number. It's also going to be Eldar versus no, wait a minute. No. What am I saying? AlixUK has actually banned Eldar. So, and Romresis has not banned either IG or SM. So, AlixUK is going to play IG, I would imagine, both games or 3 games, depending on how long this one will be. He will probably play IG this whole way against Romresis's Orcs. So, that's going to be very interesting, actually. This might actually be a very, very tight one. That actually might not make it easy for Romresis anyway. AlixUK has also looked really, really strong. Both players was in a very, very tight group, and AlixUK just barely took that second place, but it was still deserved. And Romresis, he just couldn't take that second place in his group, so he ended up being third place. Aaron Beast had his number. Sadly for Romresis. So Romresis, who hasn't been looking too hot, and AlixUK, who hasn't looked completely ridiculously dominant either. Those two, yeah, this series might actually be very close. Whoever wins will move on and meet Master Yoba, and whoever loses will end up playing against Tanya Filia. So that one will be very, very interesting. But actually, let's just very fast look at maps. So for maps, I'm actually not completely sure in this matchup what we'll be going for. We saw a lot of Tranquility's end in this matchup, specifically in Group B, as far as I remember. And I would also imagine that we end up getting... Oh, it's actually hard. I think Orcs really, really don't want... maps where IG can just easily bunker up. I would imagine that it might be a little hard with medium mines, even though it's a good orc map. I wouldn't know. Blood River will not be played. I would imagine that would be too bad for orcs, like very, very bad for orcs, I could imagine. Battle Marshes is an interesting one as well. I think it has always been a pretty good IG map because they can just move around the map very easily because of the bunker up system. Kind of Fallen City might actually be a good shout. It might actually be kind of like Battle Marshes in that vein. Fatamorga seems like a good IG map, but I'm not sure about it. Like, this one is actually really tough. Yeah, this one will be interesting. I'm not sure which map would be picked. I think... Yeah, that's very, very interesting. I actually am not sure which one I will pick. I'm pretty sure, like, we might actually end up getting Shrine of Excellion. I think both players could actually agree on that. I think the ones that they would agree is, like, Tranquility's and Shrine of Excellion. maybe Meeting of Minds. Fata Morga, maybe. Yeah, Fallen City, potentially. I don't think either of them wants... Oh, well, I don't think Blood River would be played. I would be shocked if Titan's Fall got played. And Outer Regions and Quest Triumph would be a little too... No, I don't believe... I don't believe that. I think the terrain-heavy maps might actually be a little too good for orcs. So the more I think about it, the more I think we will get maybe Fallen City, maybe Battle Marshes, Fata Morga, Meeting of Minds, and Shrine, I think. That's kind of Tranquility Scent. So that's the 6 maps. I think the big terrain-heavy maps and the way too tight bunker-up maps like Blood River and Bloody Hell is not something that we're going to see. But we'll see. I don't know this matchup in depth. I haven't watched every single game. But usually it's going to be the maps that I mentioned. Shrine, Fata, Meeting, Tranquilities, and Fallen, maybe Battle Marshes. I don't think Battle Marshes. Either Battle Marshes or Fallen City, if it's not both of them, that's for sure. But we'll look into it, guys. Let's actually just start with it. Let's go. Okay, guys, so for the first game, we got Fata Morga. Interesting. That is going to be the decider pick. I think both sides is relatively happy about this without being a complete expert on this matchup. But we'll see here. AlixUK, he starts on the top side. He goes for Guardsman, 2 Guardsmen, Tech Priest. Actually places the infantry command very close to his own base. Interesting. Doesn't put it over here or over here. But it is what it is. He can do whatever he wants, Alex. But usually you would get it on the outer edges of his 2 points here on this map. But yeah, also getting the generators, a completely standard build order. Yeah, and he obviously gets the command squad. That also means he will get the commissar. Yeah, he gets the commissar's complete standard build order. Nothing weird. Also capturing his inner points. So nothing out of the ordinary happening here. On the bottom side, Romresis, he goes for orcs because he can't play Eldar in this instance. He has to go for orcs. Romresis been struggling a little bit in the group stage. But was it because he went up against some monsters? Or was it because he is actually struggling a little bit? Goes for complete standard opening. 2 Slugger Boys. The Boys Hut, obviously an extra Gretchen. 2 Slugger Boys, Gretchen, the Boys Hut, and Generator. Shooter Boys. Getting Big Mech. Capturing this area with Shooter Boys. And then out of these 2 points here by Slugger Boys. And this outer point by this Slugger Boy. Okay. Yeah, so complete standard build order for Romresis. But yeah, Romresis has struggled a little bit in the group stage. He did also play against some really, really strong players. And AlixUK is not something you just sniff at. He's a really good player as well. So it's not going to be easy for Romresis, I think. But then again, we know what Romresis is capable of. So let's see here. AlixUK actually attacks on both sides. Completely normal. Needs to be a little careful though. He can tie up these Shooter Boys. So that's good. But now Big Mech is also coming out. I think IG has to leave here. Good defense by Romresis so far. Not too successful early game for AlixUK so far. He is getting his listening post here and there. He's even upgrading this one. That's pretty good, I think. Okay, a teleport coming in here from Romresis. Nicely done by Alex. I like that he ties them up here. Kind of disrupting them a little bit. That might actually have saved the whole squad wipe here. Nicely done, I think. So, good early game by Romresis. This is a slightly favored matchup for orcs, especially in the early game. It is just like a lot of orcs, if they overextend too much and tier 2 gets kicked in, then it becomes a nightmare for orcs. Okay, Shooter Boys actually taking lots of damage here. They need to disengage a little bit. Big Meg now going solo in. I'm not sure if that is a good idea, mate. Yeah, Big Meg is actually very low. He's getting blocked here a little bit. He can't move this way either. Oh my god, Big Meg went down? No way, and these shooter boys getting absolutely murdered here. They have to run here. Nicely done by AlixUK. Yeah, he places these heavy voltigeurs to block. I like this. Let's see how many shooter boys he can kill. This one is very low. The other one is getting very low as well. Romresis really wants to save it, so he needs to... Oh my god, it's so close. Nice block, but they come... Oh my god, they just... Oh, it's so close. Shooter boy looks like it's actually surviving. I like these heavy voltigeurs by AlixUK. Nicely done. It was looking very disastrous for him, but this comeback here was massive for him. However, yeah, it looks like Romresis is teching here. In fact, he's teching a lot. He's going for tier 2 right now. I think AlixUK got a little bit of a... He needs a little bit more time before he actually techs. But yeah, as I've said before many times when we see this matchup, grenade launchers really counter shooter boys. That's only one part of this matchup. There's also some other things. For example, orcs have a slight favor. In fact, they might actually be considered very strong in the early game compared to IG. As long as orcs don't just throw the early game, then tier 2 is actually manageable for them. I think orcs also have a tendency, because of their early game advantage, that they can actually go wall banner and get tier 2 very early. That's at least what I've heard for some people talking about this matchup. Get a generator here for Romresis. He's actually going tier. He's getting into vehicles, getting a third generator. Now getting war trucks. Okay. Was AlixUK, he's also going tier 2, but he's definitely behind. He is getting tactical control though, so he needs those grenade launchers and potentially plasma guns as well. Depends very much on Romresis' army composition. If he has a bunch of shooter boys, might as well get grenades. But grenade launchers in general are good. Getting a fourth generator. Okay. Yeah, it looks like vehicle spam from Romresis. He's not caring about infantry. And AlixUK, he is getting tier 2. His economy is really good though. 122 to plus 40. And he is getting some good upgrades here. Okay. We don't have the Curse of the Machine Spirit yet because we're not tier 2. But we have it now. So I think we can stun this war truck actually. Needs to move these guards. Oh, that's a mistake from AlixUK, I feel like. Okay, shooter boys. I'm pretty sure we could stun this vehicle actually, but we're not doing it. It is what it is. This war truck is very low though. But so many guardsmen going down. Yeah, this was the Curse of the Machine Spirit that should have been here for a long time, I feel like. So many guardsmen dying for no reason, I feel like. Bit of a mistake here. However, this war truck might actually go down. A war track now coming in. Really annoying. Oh my god, don't tell me this. Come on, man. Doesn't look good for AlixUK. This is really rough for him. Orcs transitioning completely fine into tier 2. What's the economy for orcs? 98 to plus 40. So significantly worse than IG, but his army on the other hand is way stronger than IG's. Losing this whole guardsman squad was kind of low-key a disaster. Now has some priests, now has some chimeras. That's not bad at all. But he doesn't have any guardsmen, I think. Oh, he has one in here, I think. Yeah, they have to be transported elsewhere. IG is stronger than orcs in tier 2, but if orcs has the advantage, it's not significantly stronger. And also it depends on how deep we get into tier 2. tactical control gets a lot of upgrades and stuff for IG army, then it starts being a little iffy for orcs. But then orcs usually also gets tier 3 by that point when we get very deep into tier 2. But let's see. Just spamming Chimera for now. Not sure if I'm a fan of so many Chimeras. I would probably get like a Sentinel or two, but it is what it is. Tankbuster dealing completely fine with these Chimeras. And Romresis also has the whole map. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of what Alex is doing here. Looks like he's just trying to buy some time for like heavy bolter turrets and stuff to fortify this area again. That's why he's taking this fight. Because he's not winning it for sure. Okay. Also a little bit float here and there from Alex, but at least he's getting the global upgrade. But yeah, he has a lot of float and power. But it's hard to use power when you have very, very little requisition. Let's see what Romresis is going to do here. So his economy 128 to plus 50. Has a lot of upgrades on these orc infantry, I think. But he hasn't invested in too much army. Like, not that much, to be honest. Now he's getting knobs. And he still has the tank busters. He still has some shooter boys a little bit here and there. But no upgrades for them. He's not upgrading his shooter boys. Goes tank busters instead and just bashes the whole area here for AlixUK. Getting another turret here. Okay. AlixUK is getting some pretty good upgrades for his IG members here. Now we actually have the Sentinel. The Sentinel is going to help a lot, but it will be exposed. And we need to do something about these tank busters. Even the war track is actually a little bit of a problem for the Sentinel. Okay. So we actually lost this area for AlixUK. These slugger boys are definitely potentially dead here. That didn't make sense. Definitely, potentially. There's a bit of a paradox. This Sentinel shouldn't be here. Romresis still has critical locations, I will just say that. This Sentinel is getting stunned. Yeah, getting overextended too early. It shouldn't be here. Now it's going down for free. That's not too good by Alex. Feel like he's struggling a little bit in this one. Romresis, he's definitely getting that tier 3 potentially. I did it again. Definitely, potentially. I'm sorry, guys. My English is a little worrisome sometimes.
Three minutes until take and hold victory.
The stream is lagging a little bit. I'm sorry for that, guys. Not exactly sure what it is because I changed pretty much nothing. It's fine. Romresis is potentially just getting that tier 3. Just need one more war banner. And he's floating, in fact, so much in requisition. I don't know why he's not doing anything, but he's actually doing this engagement here. These tank busters has been really valuable so far for Romresis. Okay. This is not good. This Chimera will for sure go down. What? No way. Okay. It actually went down in the end. Jeez, I'm not sure if Alex can actually make a comeback here. We'll see. Okay. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. He is tier 3. What am I saying? He actually has a chance now. Okay. He needs to be extremely careful here, though. You don't want to lose the very little army he has. I'm not even sure if this command squad will survive. However, it does use the ability. I can't remember that ability. Fanaticism, that is the ability that makes them invulnerable, including the whole squad. Okay, building another infantry commander. I'm not opposed to that. I actually think that might actually be a good idea. Lots of chimeras in here again. We just don't have any anti-vehicle from Alex, so we don't have any answers for these war tracks and war trucks. This is a brutal engagement by Romresis. Command squad is going down. It was inevitable. These chimeras are definitely not doing much here. But we have Caskins though, okay. Not sure if they will save the day, but if we give them a priest, it might actually help. Romresis on the other hand, he's just chilling, dude. He's even tier 3. He's getting, in fact, he is getting tier 3. So when we get tier 3 here for Romresis, he will absolutely murder IG, I think. Not because tier 3 for IG is like worse than Orc's tier 3, but it's just Orc has so much control over the game. He's so far ahead. Brutal, really, really brutal. And AlixUK kind of needs a miracle at this point. So much damage going down on these guardsmen. This sentinel is out here too. It's a little too late. These war tracks. Oh, we have a sync error. We actually have a sync error. Okay. Okay, interesting. Well, it sometimes does happen in this version that we get sync errors. It's just the first time that I actually get a sync error in this case. You have chosen wisely. Aw, man. Well, then we have to do something that, you know, the OGs, like Astro Hero and even AlixUK when he was doing YouTube. We have to do something we call prediction here, which is, who is winning this game? I think Orcs is looking pretty solid. He was even getting them flash kits. Yeah, and he's getting even more DACA. Which is going to be relentless extra damage to Slugger Boys, Shooter Boys, everything that shoots just in general. Even the vehicles gets increased damage when you get even more DACA. What is your wish? AlixUK's army is just too weak, like he lost too much, and it is what it is, man. So I'm pretty sure he wins or he loses this one. And in fact, just gotta double check that I'm not a complete idiot. Okay, I'm back, guys. Yeah, so in fact, Romresis, he won this game. I think he basically just won because of too many mistakes by Alex. I think the moment where it really looked bad for Alex was when he just lost so many guardsmen over here for no reason. He basically had to rebuild a whole, well, not for no reason, but it's just like, you're tier 2, you got Curse of the Machine Spirit, you can use it here. And then the other thing is just like, run, like at least run with your units or something. But I guess he tried to destroy the war truck, which makes sense. It just, yeah, it got away with like, I don't know, like 30 HP or something. That was ridiculous. And yeah, he lost so much without actually destroying the war truck. That was painful to watch. And then I feel like when we were in tier 2, there isn't a good option for AlixUK when he's this behind. There's only less bad options. And in my opinion, I might be wrong on this one. I think getting extra sentinels instead of just going like, I don't know, 3 or 4 chimeras would have been the shout. But yeah, I felt like orcs, well, obviously I can see it because there's no fuck of war. So we need to keep that in mind when thinking about AlixUK and his thought process here. But if there's not a lot of infantry, there's no reason to go so many chimeras. And we didn't even have like guardsmen to actually go into these chimeras in the first place. Yeah, I felt like the chimeras was a little unnecessary. I know they're cheap, but sentinels would have been better. 2 sentinels would have been very, very good, I think. But all of this is hindsight. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm a little worried that we get a sync error in here. I'm gonna double check if it's possible for me to look into this game again and see if there is a way where I can actually avoid this sync error. We'll see. But it is what it is. This is what happened. And let's get to game 2 nonetheless, guys. Let's get to it. Okay, so for game 2, Romresis and AlixUK is going to play on Fallen City. So this is AlixUK's pick. He thinks he has a better chance on this one. And he might actually be right. But we're going to see. Romresis, he starts on the right side. He goes for, yeah, 2 Slugger Boys, Gretchen, the Boys Hut, probably Generator. I would be shocked if he did anything else. Yeah, Generator. And so, standard build order. That's at least what it looks like so far. Yeah, so same opening as he did last time. On the left side, AlixUK, he starts... Okay, so he starts Guardsman, Tech Priest, and then Guardsman. Getting an infantry command on the outer side of his base to cover up for this area here. The first Guardsmen go over here and actually captures this point. Let's see what he does with this. Tech Priest, when it is a little earlier, sometimes you get a defensive turret or early turret. You could put one up here somewhere. Or you could put a very offensive one and put it down here. I wouldn't recommend that because Big Mech is really, really good at handling that. But yeah, finishing up this plasma generator and building this listing post, getting Commissar and Command Squad. So pretty much standard build order by Alex here. Looks like he wants to capture this area. Or maybe not. See what he does here. Okay, so he does capture this. He wants to secure this area very, very fast, I think. Let's see what this Tech Priest is going to do. But yeah, Romresis is also, he's capturing his map completely. Looking pretty good for him, actually. He's going in here with the Shooter Boys. Big Mac will follow very soon. He's now going for his relic. He is finishing the last strategic point on his side. Okay, Big Mac teleports in here. Gonna focus the command squad for obvious reasons. But yeah, no turret so far. But we are trying to secure this outer point here so Orcs doesn't just take it. A little more defensively played by AlixUK, I should say. However, he does this sneaky attack here on the other side. And he actually interrupts Romresis from this relic. That's really, really good. So, but he still delays his own capture speed. Like, he doesn't take this. He doesn't take the relic. So he's handling this aggression here from Romresis and actually denying him the relic. That's good. But I think there's a potential gap here in economy. Romresis is 74 to plus 10. Not amazing, but AlixUK is 56 to plus 10. As I've already alluded to a little bit, this is a slightly favored matchup towards Orcs in the early game. So being behind a little bit by IG is not too bad as long as it doesn't extend hard. We can build this listing post. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. Okay, yeah. And now building this plasma generator. Still denying this area from Orcs, and Orcs actually kind of has to deal with it. Bit of an engagement here from Big Mac. But honestly, I think this command squad might actually be able to deal with it. But maybe not under this listening post, even though it doesn't deal that much damage. Oh, I didn't see it. The priest is very low. Okay, forget what I said. But yeah, still denying this. AlixUK, I really like it. I actually think these guardsmen wins in melee against these slugger boys because of the commissar. But obviously they're getting reinforced 24/7, so I'm not sure about it anymore. Romresis' economy is healthy, 86 to +10, but it's not growing the way he wants it. He got 2 banners, now getting that pile of guns. He might actually go for Storm Boys. So, as orcs sometimes don't do, they don't spam shooter boys. They just keep one shooter boy, and then, oh my gosh, so many slugger boys dying. I really like the way AlixUK is playing. This command squad is over here, partially because of the tunnel system that he got here. But yeah, Storm Boy is really good against IG. If we spam shooter boys, it's just easy to go for grenade launchers. Alex is... yeah, he's transitioning into tier 2. So many shooter boys dying. It's really like... AlixUK is playing this smartly, I feel like. I like his approach for sure. Let's see what these Storm Boys are going to do. Not much so far. His economy is 97 to +10, but he's not even close to tier 2. Like, not even considering going tier 2 here. Whereas AlixUK, on the other hand, he's just chilling. And he's floating a little bit here and there. I feel like he can upgrade his economy a little bit more. Maybe get an extra plasma generator.
So shall it be done.
Storm Boy's now getting in here. I think this might actually force AlixUK to do something about it. He's getting this turret. And when these guys are done capturing, they'll probably go over here and help. Yeah, Romresis goes all in here. And Romresis has invested so much in these Storm Boys that there's no... I don't think there's going to be a tier 2. We are getting the extra war banner, so that's at least good. However, this listening post is definitely taking a lot of damage. AlixUK tries to keep it alive. Okay, good engagement here, I think, by Romresis. But good response by Alex. This listening post will eventually go down. Yeah, and now the rest of IG's army is here. This wasn't a turret, by the way. This was an infantry command. Okay. Now, Romresis noticed that IG is tier 2. And this is bad news for orcs. This is really bad news for orcs because orcs is not even close to tier 2. And he's not floating. It's not like he's waiting to get that extra banner. No, he's investing fully into this. And even though his army right now is slightly stronger than IG's, it's not gonna last forever. IG's getting his priest. Alex doing a lot of back and forth here with the orcs. Morale being dropped here by one of the for one of the squads. These shooter boys dying here as well. I know this point went down, but this is such a heavy investment by Romresis. Yeah, he's not getting an extra banner. His economy is pretty good, 140 +10, but again, low power. And he's investing heavily into this engagement here. He's just perma-reinforcing. This priest is actually interrupting these shooter boys. And now we have several priests. Alex's economy, not mind-blowing. In fact, it's kind of on the low end now, 86 to +30. But his army's just stronger than orcs. And he's tier 2. Romresis needs to be careful that he doesn't lose the Big Mac here. That would be very, very detrimental. This infantry command has helped IG so much to hide in it when the Storm Boys becomes too much. Storm Boys trying to attack over here, but even this listing post is upgraded. IG will probably recapture this, trying to build this listing post here. Now dropping in here through the... Okay, Command Squad hunting down this Big Mac. Little bit of a mistake here by Alex. He tried to kill this Big Mac, I think. Maybe he just didn't control it in time. Oh, the Tech Priest. So many Shooter Boys going down. Shooter Boys, what am I saying? Storm Boys. Okay. They will decap this. Romresis also has to take and hold. I'm not sure if it becomes very important here. But yeah, Romresis is... Okay, he's tier 2 at least. Yeah, no Big Mac shop, but he has the population to actually go tier 2. And his economy is still better. But this guy doesn't even have, like, he has plus 10 still in power. And if he needs to go vehicles, or if he wants to go vehicles, he needs an extra power generator. But maybe he don't even do that. Maybe he just goes for knobs. AlixUK, I have no idea how he still recovered. Like, his economy is not that bad, actually. And he's not going vehicles either, because he can't even do that. He's really using the transport system, the underground transport system for these buildings, or for these guardsmen. So many Storm Boys dying here. They're very, very low. Okay. At least we get the Big Mac shop for Romresis, and he can still win this. I just don't... He just needs the generators, dude. He just needs the generators. It's very important that Alex, he wins this. He wants to move on. He will be the guy who goes up against Romresis if that happens. Stormboy's actually engaging here. Oh no, they jumped right over. Looks like they just want to buy time. Romresis actually gets this bigger generator. Okay. That's a good compensation. That's gonna increase his power income significantly. Whereas I can't say the same thing for AlixUK. Nicely done with this minefield. But now Alex also has to deal with this war truck and this these Storm Boys going over here. These Storm Boys are just basically just making some noise. Alex will go in here, probably go over here, and then actually see if he can deal with it. Nice, he's getting the mechanized command. This means that he will probably get some sentinels. He needs some sentinels and some transport, because he has no anti-vehicle so far. Okay. But so many Storm Boys has died from Romresis. Okay. This is a little worrisome. Like, losing tactical control wouldn't be too good for Alex. Don't think there's too much firepower from Romresis though. Yeah, getting sentinels instantly. I like this from Alex. Not making the same mistake as he did last game. Not saying it was the game-losing mistake, but it definitely... Getting sentinels in this case is really, really good. Nicely done. Also stunning the war track. That's actually really annoying. Okay, nicely done. Satellite targeting resolution. That's really good for these guardsmen. They are getting stronger and stronger. And the heavy weapons team. Nicely done by Alex. I really want this to go to game 3. So it would be really nice if he could win against Romresis. But I think he has a chance here. Problem for Alex is that this is Romresis and he's not out of this yet. But 110 for AlixUK, plus 60. A little bit better for Romresis, 128 to plus 60. Getting knob squats now, okay. We don't have the... Okay, now we got one of the globals, but we don't have any globals, I was about to say. But we have the one for requisition now for orcs.
Storm boys is ready for a fight.
Alex just has the stronger army, like, come on, look at this. Look at this, guys. Even getting the chimeras to actually help with transporting this stuff.
2 minutes until take and hold victory.
I didn't think so much about that, actually, but I did mention that this might actually end up being a problem with the take and hold. But we just need to decap this. Or this. Maybe Romresis is actually setting up for actually defending that. But I think if Alex just focuses on getting one of them, then I think he's good to go, man. Yeah, these heavy weapons team, they're ready, I think. Bit of an engagement here by Alex. Not sure if it's the right call, but he's going... Oh, yeah, obviously he can decap with the Sentinel. Nicely done. Looks like Romresis is trying to do a little bit of a compensation over here to take the plasma generator. But even that Alex is actually a little bit ready for. Yeah, take and hold is gone, man. And right now, I think Alex might actually be able to push here. Yeah, and he's even capturing this. I really like this by... look at this damage being put down here. It's just rain of fire and rain of hell. I don't even think orcs can actually close the gap here. This minefield is also doing its work. Where's the builders? Okay, they're not here to actually repair. Small mistake by Alex, I feel like. This Sentinel is trying to decap this, I think. Orcs can't really get out of his base. Let's see what Orcs can do here. He has a pretty good economy. Oh, he's going tier 3. I didn't even notice. Oh, might not be a good idea. Or might not be good news for Alex, but he's going tier 3 as well. Oh, tier 3. That might actually be a good call for Romresis. He was losing tier 2. Look at these heavy weapons team. They have such a long range, as you can see here. You can ask Blast Furnace about that. Very, very annoying heavy weapons team. These Storm Boys don't really do anything now. They did decap this, however, and did destroy this plasma generator. But so much investment down in it, down to these Storm Boys. Oh, I don't know if Romresis can actually hold on. The pressure is brutal. I think that, yeah, the Storm Boys are gone. Oh, this isn't good news for Romresis, man. He is tier 3. Let's see what he can do. He has a lot of floating. Lots of floating, in fact. Maybe it's on purpose. He is getting the flash kits. He is getting the Mad Dog. The legendary combo. A staple performance by AlixUK, I gotta say. Okay, and now he's knocking on the door. This could be the final push. But flash kits are also getting out. We still have a Oh, we might get an engagement here. Knobs are going in here. In range. We need to go melee here. Okay, good. A little late. Flash kits getting in here. They have the fighting juice on. Oh my god, and morale got dropped by these flash kits. Knobs are getting absolutely murdered. They can't handle all this firepower. And, oh my god, crucially, the boy's heart actually went down. Romresis is trying to fend off these, this massive army by Alex. He can destroy this. No, he can't. He can't destroy the heavy weapons team. So, Romresis actually pushes away Alex. But I mean, Alex is tier 3. They're both tier 3. And I'm sorry, tier 3 is really, really brutal. However, Fighter Bomber is really good. Like, Fighter Bomber is super good here, to be honest. Will counter this massive IG army here. Very, very painful, actually, for IG. But Alex doesn't care. He goes on the other side here. And Romresis has invested so much over here to even survive, in fact. Now he's losing this side. He needs to, yeah, rebuild his Du Bois hut. His economy is 106 to 59. It's going to go even further down. And I don't even think he can push here. Alex, he keeps defending really well here. Romresis simply just doesn't have the firepower here. Lost this area. Is gonna lose this area as well. Sentinel can even get in here and actually do it worse. GG from Romresis. Nicely done by AlixUK. Oh, I'm so happy we get a game 3 here. This is a hype matchup, to be honest. Really well played by Alex. I think he had a good early game strategy. One of the main reasons why this isn't that bad of a map for IG is obviously because of the tunnel system, as you can see here. I think Fallen City is actually a pretty good IG map. But yeah, he only went for 2 guardsmen, but then the first guardsman went over here, captured this, and then instantly over here, or not instantly in fact, but just went over here and captured this, so we could secure this very early. This obviously delayed some of his capture speed. It delayed like a lot of the fluency of his economy to be growing. But it didn't matter, because what was the most important for AlixUK was actually setting up a front line. And he did that. And as soon as he secures the early game for himself, then it gets a little problematic for orcs. And I like the idea of Romresis actually going for Stormboy push. But in practice, it didn't work that well, because they just ran in here and yeah, they did a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, and they definitely did. But you also have to understand how many Stormboys were murdered in this one. I might actually look on the stats for this match, because so many Stormboys went in and they got absolutely murdered. And they did destroy a lot, but they were also being overwatched the whole game, pretty much. And Romresis was so behind in tech at some point. Nicely done that he sneaked in a tier 3 that I didn't even notice, my bad. But Alex just, like, he was so ahead in tech. And I don't know, like, Romresis just didn't push him enough in the early game. Looked like AlixUK actually had, like, a plan. And then, as soon as we get to tier 2, it's not going to be fun for orcs if they haven't done enough damage. But yeah, well played to AlixUK. Was a nice map that he chose here. We're gonna see what the last map is going to be. Whoops. But we have a series here, guys, so we're going into game 3 now. And whoever wins, I will repeat this, will get further into the tournament and will therefore meet Master Yoba. And whoever loses will go directly down in the losers bracket, and they will meet Tanya Filia, in fact. So, going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Fingers crossed that it's going to be a fire last game. But, yeah. Let's just actually look at stats. Because I want to see, man, how many orcs died. Gee, oh, yeah. Obviously, massive difference. Romresis, what is his resource count? Or not resource, research, where is it? Reinforce. As you can see here, so many reinforced units here. It's not even funny to look at, and it is normal for orcs. So I'm not saying this is bad by Romresis. It's just you can see that he went all in, and yeah, as long as AlixUK kept his kept it cool and didn't lose it, Romresis just didn't stood a chance at the end, but I felt like Romresis definitely had some openings. He definitely had some possibilities. I don't think Romresis played bad whatsoever. And now we're going into map 3, and let's see what's going to happen. It's not going to be easy for either one of them. It looks like a back and forth. Let's get to game 3, guys. Okay, so the last game between these guys are going to be on Bloody Hell Remastered. AlixUK. Romresis. He starts on the left side. He goes for 2 Slugger Boys, correction, the boys hard, and let me bet, guys, we are getting a generator. Come on, Romresis. Yeah, boy, that's my boy. So he gets that generator, and standard build order basically for Romresis. On the right side, we got AlixUK. AlixUK, completely same opening. Although it's a different map, obviously, so he places the infantry command over here. And this plasma generator gets built by this upcoming Tech Priest. Bloody hell, though. This to me seems a little bit like, you know, a little more terrain heavy and light cover, negative cover here and there version of Fatamorka. So let's see what stats going to happen. This relic though is a little bit exposed. In fact, I think this would be Blood River meets Fatamorka. I think that's a pretty decent analogy actually. But let's actually not talk about that. Let's just talk about the game. So 2 guardsmen, yeah, complete standard build order in fact. So we actually get this commissar and probably going to be 2 attacks, one here with the command squad and one on the other side with the commissar and guardsman. Let's see how Romresis sees it coming. He probably sees it coming. Yeah, standard build order so far, and they will be attacked very soon over here. Also over here, the command squad will come in and do some havoc with the priest and the commander. But he actually goes down here with the shooter boy, so he's ready. However, there is some light cover in here, which will change the perspective a little bit here. No way, we're not getting a decap here by Alex, right? Okay, that would be suicide in my opinion. Yeah, he needs to leave here because the big bag and shooter boys are too much. And where's the command squad? Oh, he didn't even do much over here. He actually is going down here to join his the Guardsman brothers. Okay. I think that's a good idea, actually. He can win this for sure. Just don't lose too much. AlixUK, he will be denied this area. At least he's not losing it. Let's see here. However, Romresis did actually get this, and he tries to fortify it with a war banner. Let's see if he has time for that. I'm not sure. Shooter boys are taking lots of damage, but they're hiding in this listing post. Oh, and he's upgrading this bigger listing post here. If he gets that, I'm not sure if AlixUK can actually deal anything to this area here. But Big Mac takes so much damage. Okay. This listing post might actually go down. Also a little bit of a fight over here. Okay, priest went down though. That's not too good. Okay. Heavy investment here by AlixUK. But Romresis also lost a lot, but he actually survives this. That's not too good. Whereas this relic actually went down. Or it never got captured by Alex. So I think he's behind 74 to plus 10. Whereas Romresis, he's 98 to 10. And he's getting, oh my god, he's getting this war banner as well. Wait, he's getting 2 war banners, so he's actually rushing tier 2 here. Very, very interesting. I think this is potentially very risky. But then again, he is in a really good spot, actually. He has this area. Romresis doesn't, or AlixUK doesn't have this area. Yeah. Not too easy for AlixUK here. Let's see what he does. He has good power income. He can actually go tier 2 here. He does. His requisition is just a little bad. He did decap this from Romresis, so that's at least a small plus.
By the Emperor, we've won.
And now he's actually getting this listing post. He should upgrade a listing post, I think, to get some extra economy. I don't think this is enough for him. Could also get a critical location, but I'm not sure if he gets away with it. And let's be real, he doesn't necessarily know what Romresis does. But maybe he has seen that Romresis doesn't invest too much in his army. He's not aggressive right now, so he's going tier 2. A very experienced player like AlixUK would probably know that. I like this from Romresis though. Getting a fast Big Mac shop here. Because I don't think Alex actually has a response to this, right? He needs that Sentinel, and he's behind in tech. And he was already delayed because of this over here. And he didn't destroy this from Romresis. Getting an extra generator from Romresis. His economy looks really good. 98 to plus 30. Pile of guns is coming in here. AlixUK is also getting a pretty good economy now. He gets this critical location. He gets this plasma generator. Does he upgrade anything? He's getting a heavy bolter turret. Okay. Okay, Romresis is going in here. Ooh, some guardsmen down here in the negative cover. Okay, nice catch here by Romresis. Pile guns being finished. We now get war tracks. So it looks like we only go if Romresis he does this, he goes for war truck, just one war truck, and then a bunch of war tracks. That seems like his approach in this matchup. He did something along the lines of the same thing against Aaron Beast. Big Mac is tanking all this. And we are getting mechanized command. We're just a little behind. Getting heavy weapons team. I think that is a very, very good idea. We will need heavy weapons team. Because these vehicles are too much and we need last cannon from this heavy weapons team. I said heavy weapons team there a lot. We also get this heavy bolter turret with missiles. Priest going head first into Orc's army. And he's getting ping-ponged all day long. Good. Now we have the heavy weapons team. We might be able to hold here. It's such a relentless push here by Romresis.
We're under attack.
Yeah, and he has good economy on top of it. He's getting heavy boy armor. That's going to be even worse with time. Nicely done. We get this last cannon. Romresis has to leave at some point, and he does. Smartly done by Romresis. He now lost his war truck though. War track, sorry. Getting another heavy weapons team, okay. More chimeras. Alex's economy is slightly going to improve. Oh, in fact, it's going the opposite way. He's losing this relic. That's not good. Oh, God. AlixUK needs to hold on to Oblivion, I think. And he does have a pretty good fortification, but he's stuck in this base and he has no relic. So even if he miraculously got to tier 3 and tier 4 and got Baneblade, he can't even do anything if he doesn't get the relic. So he is in a desperate position. And he does in fact actually do a little bit of backdoor here. I like it. Gets the priest and a chimera in here. And now he's actually going in here as well. Disrupting orcs a little bit. I like it. But Romresis is ready for it, man. Look at it. Priest just trying to kill these slugger boys so they don't finish this relic, and they won't finish it, in fact. Romresis still has pretty decent economy, 92 to plus 40. Get more heavy weapons team by AlixUK here. This listening post will go down for sure. But 3 heavy weapons team. Okay. AlixUK, he just tries to just defend himself out of this, I think. Knob Squad's gonna go in here actually and absolutely murder these heavy weapons team. The other one will survive though. What is this range, by the way? Heavy weapons team needs to leave here. Get out of here, bro. Oh, this looks terrible for AlixUK. Lots of Knob Squads just chilling in here. Okay, another sync error. You can't see it because I put a spoiler, but this game is about to end in 10 seconds. AlixUK, he's pressing delete button very soon. So this is pretty much the ending you're seeing here. Annoying we get these sync errors. I don't know why we get them. I think it's basically just because it's played on DAO Online and these it's not a corrupted file. I will always say this. I double check it's not corrupted. And if it is, I will always recast it. But this is not a... Like, no one is, like, extreme floating. Like, no one is, like, in the thousands. And no one is playing, like, complete easy bot. This is just a classic sync error. It does happen with this kind of situation here. Sometimes when you get... when you watch replays on DAO Online, sometimes this kind of stuff will happen. It is what it is. But, like, 10 seconds and AlixUK is pressing delete button on all his buildings. And can you blame him? I don't think so. This situation is bad for him. Too many vehicles, too much map pressure. Even the little map pressure he was getting back was just like, if he got this back, then he just lost this instead. Like, I think Romresis was relentless. As soon as he got tier 2 early, he was just impossible to deal with. Orcs in general gets faster to tier 2 than most races in general due to the fact that all they quote-unquote need to do is get a bunch of warp banners. They don't even need power to do so. So they don't need to build a generator in order for them to actually get tier 2. Now they will need power when they are getting tier 2. But yeah, you get it. I hope you get that. Then I feel like Romresis just had some pretty good early pressure. I don't think AlixUK, he wasn't able to do much against orcs. It was not an easy matchup, I think, for him. Romresis did really well. I'm happy to see that Romresis is showing he still got it. Sure, some will argue that AlixUK is not the guy who's going to a final in this tournament, but AlixUK is a very strong IG player. I've praised this guy several times, and most people would agree that AlixUK is definitely a very, very strong player. So it's not just my bias and because I like Alex, because I think he's a really, really, really cool guy. I think he's great. He's done a lot for this community, actually, and he's also been one of the most helpful guys for this tournament to even work. So shout out to Alex. So yeah, I am a little biased towards him, but I am also very happy that Romresis actually showed up and said, nah, that was just a fluke. I'm here to actually do something. We still need to see how long Romresis can actually go, because Romresis he doesn't look as strong as he would have done before, but he's still a menace to deal with. And it is what it is. He's a really strong player, always been. But what we now have as a situation now is that we have Romresis is going up against Master Yoba. That's going to be a classic. That is a classic matchup. They are probably the two guys who has had the highest MMR ever on the ladder. So that is going to be very interesting to see those two legends going up against each other. And then Alex will actually go down in the losers bracket, and he will have to go up against Tanya Filia. Okay. Interesting. That is going to be very, very interesting. So actually, in fact, after this video is dropped, I will actually start working on the losers bracket. So it's going to be very interesting to see what AlixUK is going to do and what Tanya Filia will do. Dredic also has to deal with the star. So let's actually see what's going to happen. Well played to Romresis. Congratulations, he moves on to the quarterfinals. All I can say, guys, is thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. And have a good one. Peace.